In this third part, we are discussing how to communicate for a successful daily Scrum meeting. Having rules about who speaks and when are founding principles for effective communication. During the Scrum meeting, only one person should be speaking at a time. They should have the floor and only be interrupted when they're getting off of topic. Oftentimes, when they do, someone will yell "rat hole" as a reminder to stay on topic. Allowing people to speak freely ensures that everyone is heard and that there is no miscommunication. Along these lines, only the Scrum Master and team members should be speaking during the daily stand-up. While stakeholders are more than welcome to attend, any issues they have should be taken up with the Scrum Master after the meeting has adjourned. Allowing more than the vital team members to speak almost guarantees that the meeting gets off topic and runs much longer than necessary. You are more than capable of presenting a stakeholder message to the team. In this section, recommended practices about participation and content will be discussed. Everyone in the development team is always participating. The reason for that comes from one of the 3 Scrum pillars, transparency. Transparency is vital to the Scrum process, as it allows everyone to see and understand what is really happening in each sprint, achieving a bigger and better communication and trust on the team. So our goal during this meeting is enforcing collaboration by having synchronized activities and a plan for the next 24 hours. The audience is the rest of the team, not just the product owner or the Scrum Master. We want to share accountability because it allows to make decisions to progress towards the sprint goal. Here again, one of the 3 Scrum pillars is involved: adaptation. Scrum team members openly discuss impediments to completing their tasks and seek help from other team members. More experienced members in the Scrum team also mentor those with relatively less experience and knowledge of the project or technology. The sequence, the order in which team members participate, can vary. Since this meeting happens in a daily basis, predetermined sequence leads the team to get bored over time that would reduce efficiency and prevent from energizing the team. Although the Daily Scrum has a prescribed format of answering 3 questions, it doesn't have to be a repetitive meeting that teams dread every morning. Efficiency can lead to monotony if you aren't careful. That's why this is the cadence, or rhythm, of the meeting schedule that is important, not the ceremony, like ritual, of the meeting itself. More later. A common problem is reporting status to product owner or Scrum Master. The reason may be found in habits from previous projects with project managers. That could be an indication that the team has not yet learned to self-organize, and product owner or Scrum Master may act like micromanagers. Our recommendation: you can remind up front that this is not a status meeting. Reminders can also be handled in a retrospective. It's possible to suggest that, as they debrief, they make eye contact with whoever they think is impacted by their information. As a Scrum Master, you can warn the team that, in order to avoid the status update, you will make no eye contact as they participate. You can also step back from the circle and stand off to the side. The project will then take on more of a communal feel, communication will increase, and the meetings will be more effective. Another common problem: some team members are not listening to others. A potential reason: if the sequence is too predictable, attention may wander. Our recommendation: vary the order in which team members report. So who may start? Scrum Master, for example, can designate someone different every morning, or can simply ask the question, who wants to start? Many teams change up the order of who talks next with a ball that is thrown from person to person to help ensure that everyone is listening to what each person is saying. Ask the last team member to be arrived to start talking is generally not a good practice. If he was in a rush, leaving him some extra time to think about his answers will be more effective and more friendly. Another problem that can be linked to the previous one: the team can't see clear progress on the stories when reporting person by person, because task relationship is not evident. One of the reasons for that is because the team is large and works on many stories. Our recommendation: Scrum Guide recommends that development team size should be between 3 and 9. There are limits to how much information we can keep in our heads. In Scrum teams, as in other teams that work in complex environments, keeping high bandwidth communication and relationships is essential. This becomes more difficult once we pass that magical number of 9. When development team are bigger than 9, Scrum Masters are invited to see with their organization if adjustments can be made to avoid the anti-pattern. Also, it's possible to change the team member participation sequence by grouping it by story. Those who work on this story can report their progress, goals, and impediments. For large teams, or when too many people are involved in a story, it is still possible to ask an appointed story owner to monitor progress on a story. Summary about participation. Everyone in the development team participates, anyone contributing including testers, documenters, translators, and they report to the team, not the product owner or Scrum Master. Team members can participate in any sequence that makes sense.